Hi, everyone. In my previous video, I talked about how to find your passion. So if you haven't seen that yet, I recommend that you go and take a look at that video. Today, we're going to talk about something that is very dear to my heart, and that is how to pursue your passion. It's one thing to find your passion, but what's even more important is how to pursue your passion. I would like to share with you what I believe are the four secrets to pursuing your passion. The four secrets will be represented by the four P's. Secret number one, passion. It's the motivator and drive. You must have passion, which is the motivator that motivates and drives you to do your passion to begin with. It's the excitement that is behind the reason why you're excited to follow your passion, meaning this is something that fills you with joy and makes your heart and soul extremely happy. You feel you have a sense of purpose in your life and found your niche in this world. Okay, so let me just stop right here. This first secret of passion is very, very important. I believe that's the catalyst, that's the fuel that makes you want to wake up every morning with a lot of energy and excitement to want to do what you do, right? Um, and let's face it, folks, I think a lot of times we often get confused because we think that we have to be good at something to be able to pursue it as a passion. Well, I can tell you that for those of us who are multi talented and we're multi skilled, sometimes it doesn't mean that if you're good at something that you actually enjoy doing it. For instance, I take myself as an example. I'm a very organized person. In my career, in my corporate world career, I was doing accounting work. Okay. And even though I'm good with accounting, I'm good with numbers and the details of that job, but that's not something I would consider my passion. It's something that I do well. I have the skill set for, and I learned how to do the job well, right? Through years and years of experiences. But it's not exactly what I would consider my passion. Okay. And because I'm highly organized, there's a lot of other jobs that also require that skill set. Okay. And again, that doesn't mean I'm interested in those kind of jobs. So and as a matter of fact, even though I am a detailed person, I much prefer a job that exercises my creativity, like creating video content, right? It requires a lot of creativity, and I find that more enjoyable and passionate than sitting behind a desk, in front of a computer working on numbers and you know, working on accounting work. Okay. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know some of you may be confused because you might think, well, if I don't have the skill set, if I have the skill set for something, does that mean that I necessarily have to consider that as a passion? And the answer I will tell you is no. Okay, just because you have a skill set, it does not mean that that's the direction of the passion that you should aim for. Now, if it happens that whatever you are passionate about happens to embrace all your skill sets, that's great. That's a win-win, right? But at the same time, you could have passion for something and you may have to learn a few more skills. You may have to take classes, get training to pursue that passion. Like in my situation, even though I naturally am a writer, so that's not something I really had to get training on. However, when it comes to um, producing videos, editing videos, getting used to, speaking behind a camera, that took time and practice. It wasn't something I was natural at. So, I just want to throw that out there. Okay. Secret number two is patience. It's steady pace, enjoying the journey versus the destination. You must have patience because pursuing your passion is a journey and a process that takes time. You are constantly learning new things as you go, so the focus needs to be on the present to enjoy the journey. Think of it like climbing a large, tall mountain. There's a lot of preparation, work, and effort involved in the climb. As a climber, you're focused on the next step in front of you and not looking at the top of the mountain, which is the destination. If climbers only focused all their attention on the destination on or mountaintop, they would never make it there, right? Also, patience is required because it's not something that you can rush through. Climbers are not going to rush and sprint up the mountain. because for one, it's not practical and safe, and two, they will tire and burn out quickly and won't make it. Instead, they will proceed at a steady pace and exercise patience. So, likewise, pursuing your passion requires patience, taking it one step at a time and enjoying the journey along the way. As the saying goes, all good things come to those who wait. Patience is key. Secret number three, perseverance. It's the willpower to not give up. You must have perseverance, the willpower to keep going and not to give up. With any goal or task you set in life, there will be moments when you want to give up. The challenges may get too difficult, or maybe we don't see any major progress or sign of success yet. Many reasons could discourage us to the point of giving up if we allow it to. Think of the mountain climbers in our previous example. You can imagine how difficult and exhausted their climb is, but the ones who make it to the top did so by persevering and not giving up. So, in the pursuit of our passion, perseverance is needed to stay positive and continue pressing forward with fortitude when faced with any challenges. Okay? So, yes, this is a big one when it comes to perseverance. Okay. Folks, there's no guarantee that we do all the right things and there's not only there's no guarantee that we're going to succeed, but there's no guarantee, there's no set formula that if you do X, Y, and Z, it's going to produce X, Y, and Z in results, right? Sometimes it's different for everybody. Everyone has their own path. And so you just have to be patient and just know that as you're going along, just keep learning and growing. And most of all, don't lose that passion, right? Maintain all of that, and perseverance will eventually pay off. You just have to have the patience. Okay. Secret number four, positivity, the can do attitude. You must have positivity when pursuing your passion because it keeps you in good spirits with a can do attitude while pushing forward to sustain and endure the journey, especially when times get tough or challenging. Being positive also keeps you happy, hopeful, keeping the faith, and mentally healthy. This is especially important when negative people around you may be jealous or unsupportive of your passion. And these toxic people may try to discourage and destroy your joy and spirit if you allow them. So, surrounding yourself with positive people is key. By maintaining positivity, you will be able to successfully pursue your passion with a cheerful attitude and a healthy mindset while attracting positive people and results. Okay, now this is something I want to stop right here and talk about. Um, Being positive, I think, is very, very important. There's so many things that life can throw at you, and the people can just drag you down if you let it. Negative people tend to be very draining, and especially people that are toxic. So it's important that while you are pursuing your passion, that you surround yourself with positive people so that you yourself can remain positive. Now, if you don't have anybody around you that's positive, then you need to find a way to be positive within your own self. Okay, and that's not easy, folks. I mean, all of us would like companionship. We all would like a cheerleader, right by us to cheer us on, right? However, sometimes in life, for whatever reason, at this point in time, it's not happening, right? It may be a few months before you uh, find people that want to be friends with you and want to support you. But I wouldn't put, again, it's not something I would depend on. If you happen to have friends that are supportive, that's great. It's a blessing, right? If you don't have any friends, then I would just be patient, do whatever it takes, do the things on your happy list that keeps you in that positive mindset. That's very, very important. Okay? In my own personal journey in the pursuit of my passion, I can honestly say these four secrets are what keeps me staying on course. I wake up happy every day with an open mind and heart with no expectations. So when there is progress, I celebrate with enthusiasm, relish in the little successes along the way, and show up as my best self as I continue moving forward on my path. I love writing and creating content because it fills my heart with so much joy, especially when I can pass the joy along to others. I feel so blessed to experience a fulfilling life of passion. So, for those of you who are thinking about or just started pursuing your passion, remember these four secrets. Number one, passion. Number two, patience. Number three, perseverance. And number four, positivity. Okay, folks? So, if you haven't seen my last video on how to find your passion, I would recommend that you go and check that out because this video will make more sense. If you just jump into this video and you didn't see my previous video, it may be a little confusing. So I would go back and look at my previous video and then come in and preview this one again. But folks, there's nothing greater than to be able to find your passion in life and then pursue it with all your heart and soul. All right. So this is something I wish for everybody that you all eventually, if you haven't already, find your passion. Okay. If you resonate with this video, please click like and click share. If you have any comments or have any questions, or you want to add to share your journey in pursuing your passion, please put that in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can keep up with all my future videos. Okay. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.